Hello, hello, my beautiful sacred masculines and anybody else who finds their way to this channel. Thank you so much for your presence and thank you so much for being here. Today, we're going to start talking a little bit about sex magic as it relates to sacred sexuality. And when I'm talking about sacred sexuality, it's for me an overarching umbrella of our sexual and sensual energies and how we're connecting with that within ourselves, with the partner, with the divine, with the cosmos in a bigger scheme of things. Our sexuality, our sexual energy is our life force energy. It's our vitality. It's our creativity, our passion, our purpose. It's a huge energy. It's how we come into this world. We come into this world through the act of sexuality. That's powerful, right? So that for me is sacred sexuality, just getting a lot more conscious about that energy. Sex magic is, for me, it's going to mean different things for different people, but for me, it's the act of getting very intentional with that energy, creating ritual around it, harnessing it, and putting it forth into something specific, some sort of specific intention, some sort of specific thing that you want to supercharge, maybe some endeavor that you're embarking on. For me recently, I do sex magic quite a bit actually, because I am very aware of how powerful our energy is, our sexual energy. So I like to harness it and put it into, set the intention, put it into something that's important to me. Like recently, the launch for our pilgrimage to India, that's a super important, amazing thing that I am so passionate and inspired about. And so of course I did sex magic, put my own intention and my energy and my vital life force energy into that endeavor when I released it out into the world and set the intention to, may this be fruitful, may this benefit all that embark on it, may this be hugely transformational, may this align people with their own passion and purpose and help really, do beautiful things for people, for the spiritual benefit of all beings is what I like to say. So for the highest good of all involved. So I put a lot of my own energy into that, into the success of that. So so that's one reason we do ritual, is to just really supercharge something, or why we do sex magic. So and the importance of ritual in regards to sex magic and sacred sexuality is ritual helps us to create the space and set the intention and really align all of our energies, body, mind, and spirit, by setting intention, setting the stage, harnessing the energy, getting very clear with what we want to do with it, and then putting it out into the world. This is a very powerful practice, and it's this is very powerful. So the importance of ritual, again, when you get very intentional and very conscious about how you're utilizing your energy, what elements you're bringing into the ritual, how you're setting this stage, you just start aligning all of yourself, all of your energies, which makes it even that much more powerful. Our sexual and sensual energy is extremely powerful already, but when you start really aligning all parts of yourself, all the things that you're bringing in, it just sets that much more power into it, that much more energy, that much more thought process, that much more of your whole body and spirit and mind, everything into that. So it just supercharges it even more. I mean, I always have an intention when I'm just engaging in sexual and sensual activity. I'm always offering that energy, that supercharged energy, up to the highest good of all involved. I'm always setting intention. So there's always that. I'm always very conscious of the energy and what I'm doing. But when I sit down and set actual ritual and get very, much more intentional about what I'm doing and the elements that I'm bringing in, it's a whole different experience. It just really supercharges a lot more. And again, this is where it can be very personal, depending on what it is. Like for India, the pilgrimage to India, I had out my laptop with the website open, so that was bringing that into the ritual. So that's a very personal, intentional element that made sense in that ritual for me and for what I was doing. So in this way, you bring in different elements of what's important to that endeavor that you're putting your intention behind. And that's how you personalize it. And that could be like a specific setting. It could be, we're going to get into that more later. Again, this is going to be a 5 or 6 part series. So we're going to go into each element of this ritual as we get going. So we'll talk about that in a bit, but this is on the importance of ritual and why it is important to ritualize this experience for yourself and for your partner if you have one. I highly recommend practicing with this by yourself so that you can just really kind of get into it and get creative with it and understand the elements of it, and just be very personal with it, practice with it a bit by yourself, and then feel free to connect with a partner where you can both harness your energies into something to really supercharge it. But it's fun to play with on your own. Again, that's just a suggestion. I mean, I highly recommend practicing both. So, and part of what I do in my sacred sexuality rituals is this type of sex magic, and we do harness the energy, and we do get intentional with it and put it out into the universe. So that's a very supercharged experience and very so highly recommended for that. But definitely practice this with yourself and play around with it when you're, maybe some new endeavor you're getting ready to start and you want to launch something like that. Maybe, starting any sort of creative endeavor, or maybe another example, like when I get here, I'm in Greece right now and traveling around, and to each new location I get to, I do sex magic and set my intention around connecting more fully with the sacred feminine, sacred masculine, God, goddess energies and spiritual growth. And, I set my intention for that with my sexual energy, because it's such a powerful energy, such a powerful life force energy again. And when I harness it and bring it in and set the intention to it, I just release that out into the universe in a much more supercharged way, and the universe responds. That's just how it works. We are frequency and vibration, and when we get very clear and intentional about that vibration, the universe meets us where we're at. It's just kind of the laws of physics. So it's vibration and frequency. So our minds are, our thought patterns are vibration and frequency, and we couple those with our sexual energy. Wow, it's powerful. It's powerful. So we set that out into the universe, and the universe responds. The universe that is a vibration and frequency as well, it responds to that. It's just how it works. So, but don't take my word for this at all. Practice, play with it, see what happens when you start getting really intentional with this energy that is so powerful. And and it is aligning body, mind, and spirit, and it's aligning, doing ritual like this when you get very conscious and intentional and harnessing that energy of the mind to bring in those specific elements, to think through like, what's going to make this especially powerful for me? What's especially meaningful to me that I want to bring in? That is activating the mind and activating all parts of the self. It's aligning all parts, again, body, mind, and spirit, because you're going to bring in your body energy, your energy field, your mind, your thoughts, and your patterns. It's going to bring, your environment, it brings in all of these pieces to really supercharge the intention and really just magnify everything. So that's a key reason for doing ritual. It just supercharges it. I'm looking at my phone because I took some notes. I wanted to make sure I covered everything in here. So let's see. Another important reason to do ritual is to really deepen your connection with your sexual energy. When you get very intentional and you just are more and breathing into it and all that, we're going to cover more of the hows later. You really connect more fully with your own life force energy, with your vitality, with your passion, your purpose, your creativity. And again, if you do this with a partner, it's really deepening that connection between the two of you as well. It's deepening your connection with source, with spirit, with the universe, really opening that up for you, opening up your spiritual connection. If you set the intention for that and have that desire, it really opens up that as well. So And let's see, recognizing the sacredness of our sexual energy. You know, when you get intentional and bring ritual into it, and it really just kind of helps you appreciate and understand your own sexuality, your own sexual and sensual energy. And there's a plane flying over. I don't know if you can hear that. Really helps you to tap into the sacredness and the beauty of our sexual energy and the power of it. And when you start to see the results of these rituals, you start to really understand just how powerful this energy is and how gorgeous it is, and how, like, it's a much deeper appreciation for body, mind, and spirit and our sexual energy. Let's see, again, to commemorate special events, anything like that. You know, anniversaries, birthdays, a really lovely thing to start off each year with a sacred sexuality ritual, sex magic ritual, and just like set your intentions for the year. Honor the year that we've just had, that you've just had, you know. New Year's, holidays, anything that's special like that. Again, embarking on any sort of new journey or new creative endeavor. Grief, it's really excellent for releasing grief. You know, you can set the intention to release. This is a supercharged energy, so we can call things in and we can release things. So many ways. I was really trying to keep this down to 10 minutes, so I'm going to stop right there, and we're going to move on to come back to next video will be about intention and setting intentions. So be sure to check that out, like, comment, and subscribe, and stay tuned for more. I'm so excited to be sharing this with you. And of course, when you're ready to practice this with a partner, feel free to reach out, because that's what I'm all about. And we're going to be learning a lot more about this in our the 12-week program upcoming, and the pilgrimage to India, where we'll definitely be practicing sex magic and sacred sexual rituals. So be sure to, if that speaks to you, check out my website for so much more information on that authentic tantra sacred sexuality pilgrimage to India, 2 weeks. It's going to be magical. So again, thank you for being here. Like, comment, subscribe, stay tuned for more, and thanks all. Bye. Where's my little cursor? There it is. Bye.